All right, everybody, we are live. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday. Oh, let's turn that off so we don't get feedback there. It is Sunday, January 9th, 2022. Welcome, welcome. Unfortunately, Hot Buttered Steve cannot make it tonight. He is on a work meeting over in Colorado. So let me just get some stuff here so you can see me a little bit. All right, so we got about a dozen videos from last week that we're going to watch, just shy of an hour, and we'll just kind of watch them together. And everybody in the comments, if you got something to say, speak up, and I'll try to interact with you guys as much as possible. But yeah, the star is not here this week, Paramotor, Hot Buttered Steve. So you guys will just have to deal with me. But it looks like we got Bill H in the house and AA Ron. What's up, gentlemen? Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. And we're going to go ahead and get these videos started here. I am the star. So actually, let me get back here. All right, so our first video is from Kyle. Last name pronounces like Paris. I cannot say that to save life with me. So we are just going to watch it. Oh, Eric Lear in the house. What's up, Eric? Thanks for joining. So Aaron, you still in Missouri? Paramotors girl. What's up, Jade? How you doing? There a little bit. Will Fly, what's up, Will Fly? Welcome to the show. So, hey, Abron, we got some room if you want to come up as consultant. Man, this guy's got a sweet LZ. So I'm gonna scroll down just a hair so everybody can go see this guy's channel. Kyle Yorez. He's got 60-something subscribers, so his videos are pretty good. Go check him out. Hey man, I got all the cold weather gear. I was flying in 32 degrees the other day, and I was nice and toasty, and my heated gloves were amazing. I love flying next to farmers when they're in their tractors. It's like one of my all-time favorite things to do. It looks like he's got a tow cam. You know, I've never been up north to West Country. I might take you up on that, Eric, one of these days. Maybe not winter. Got some cool beats. Very chill. Below zero. That's crazy. That's deadly almost. Yeah, come on down. I'm gonna head to Salton Sea with Hot Buttered Steve in about 20 days. Less than that. About 2 weeks from now, we're going to be heading down there.
I got to tell you, I loved having some of that foot cam footage. It's just kind of fun to see a different angle on things. Give you an idea of what this guy.
I used a foot cam once.
So, hey, huge shout out to Jason for 3D printing those, getting hardware, getting those set up. If you need something like that, I'll throw a link in the description. Jason,
Bill, you bolted up the trike. Is that the same trike?
And all around good guy. So if you need a foot cam, feel free to look into it. It's really cool how he's got those set up. They're rock solid, and I can't say enough good things about them. So
have any of you flown recently? I haven't flown in about a week. Before that, it was a month. Hoping to go up on Monday. Let me know if the audio is too loud or if I gotta adjust anything. Ooh, little spirals. So Bill, is this the same trike I saw when you were down at Kyle's? Or is this a new trike? Is this the Magna? Man, I can't believe you guys fly in -0, below 0. That's crazy. Yeah, some of my favorite views are from the base camps. I really want one, but I love flying so low and buzzing trees that I'm afraid that if I do get one and buzz a tree, that it could potentially hit the tree and snag and then cause a catastrophe. So I'm going to stay away from them. Awesome, Bill. I hope to see some pictures. We'll post them up on PPGZone.com. So I assume you just put your new paramotor on it? So Eric, what are you rocking for cold weather gear? Do you got like a one-piece suit? Do you put on layers? You got the made in Canada heated gloves? My Chase can't pull us up besides me. Is that normal? I don't think that's normal, Will. Man, I'm so ready for some warm weather flying. It hasn't even been that cold of a winter, but I'm sick of it already. Never flown in below 0, but my below freezing weather gear consists of a Carhartt one-piece Arctic suit, and some heated socks and some heated gloves, and then usually some thermal underwear of some sort. And it seems to keep me pretty good all the way down to about 20 degrees or so. Bravo. I haven't tried anything below that.
What's up, man? Nice work. It's all good. There we go.
Ooh, oil fields in Alaska. Whenever we hang out, remind me to ask you some questions about that. That sounds like an interesting time. So that was Kyle. Last name rhymes with Paris. I can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to try. So go check him out. He's got some pretty good videos. Up next, we got I Can Fly. It's a little teaser out of our. This is from Thailand. So you've seen those guys over in Thailand. They some of them can fly really good. Some of them are just absolutely terrible. So this is Riao. It's an interesting trike. Look at all that greenery. Everybody's got shorts on, but it's so much fun to fly out there. North Face makes one-piece suits about $1,000. Whew. I'd have to live up where you live to make use of that. I think my Carhartt one-piece Arctic cost me like $250. Bill's never flown anything below 40. Well, Bill, it's all right if you got the right gear, but if you don't, it sucks. It's terrible. I've flown for like 10 minutes once, and I had some crappy gloves on. I'm like, this is terrible. Couldn't feel my hands. I landed immediately. Luis, what's up, Luis? Welcome to the show. It's just me tonight. Not Marcy's doing some work stuff, so you couldn't make it. Blue Sky Blue makes a 5-layer under 300, but you better put it, or if you put it on, you better need it. Sounds warm. So Bill H, you want to come up north to Joplin, and then we'll carpool from there all the way up to Minnesota, I believe, right, Eric? We'll go up there and do some below zero flying. Let's do it, man. That was a fun little video from Thailand or Philippines, I don't know which one.
Searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me. My enemies have tried every possibility. Ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted.
Wisconsin, that's close.
Cause I can fly.
I bet you guys have good cheese up there. That's what I hear. I hear your cheese curds are squeaky. Yeah, I need to get me a trike so I can take it people and go flying for instructional purposes, quote unquote. Bring the cheese curds to the lines. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. If you guys go to Bad Apples this year, you should bring some. So, Dweef, how are you doing after your accident? Are you okay? Are you mended? Come on, Bill. Sweet. I'm looking forward to Bad Apples again this year. We'll do the Salton Sea thing, and then Arizona Flying Circus right after that. And then I'll probably come home for a month, and then I think I might head out to Florida and go out there and fly. We'll see. We'll see how expensive gas prices are come March. All right, so this video is a nice, relaxing flight from Hyperius, NorCal or Ireland. I'll give you a hint, it's not Ireland. Awesome, Deweese. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hopefully you'll be in the air in no time. I'm just thinking when it warms up, but down there it probably doesn't get too cold. It might get a little cold, but I assume you got much more better flying weather than I got up here. It's been like 20 to 30 degrees the last 2 weeks with 50-mile-an-hour winds at 1,000 feet. It's been terrible. When the winds do die down, it gets even colder. So I don't think he's got any audio in this video, or I lost audio. Let me see here. No, he just doesn't have any audio. So this is Northern California. Looks like some awesome valleys and ridges to go fly around. Yeah, give me a thumbs up, damn it. Thanks, Eric. I think that one thumbs up is probably mine. And just pull your leg, Will. So much effort, press that thumbs up button. Just joshing you. All right, we got One Day, One Shot by ITV Wings. This is a series. Just advertising their new wings. Heard a lot of good stuff about ITV lately. Oh, Paramotor Girl with the thumbs up. Thank you, Jade. Wheel pushed it twice. Turn it on and off again. Oh, it looks like a lot of fun right there. Doing some ridge flying. But man, does it look cold. I'm not used to that white stuff on the ground. Now, when you come into land on snow, isn't it like super slippery? Aren't you guys scared of slipping and breaking some stuff? Or are you guys wearing like some cleats? So this is Flowing with the River by Jeff Dean. He was at Bad Apples. I'm surprised he only got 489 subscribers. He makes some really good stuff. Golf shoes, yeah, right. Bill finally uploads some. Did you, Bill? I'm subscribed to you. I didn't get any notifications.
You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say that you're mine. I'm screaming out. Ooh, walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you.
Oh, Bill's got the GoPro 10 working. You have to upgrade your phone and your computer and all that fun stuff.
Just let me adore you.
And motor out. Just kidding.
That's the only thing I'll ever do.
Man, everybody's flying low. Everybody except me.
Under summer skies.
I went up about a week ago, about 3:30 in the afternoon. Thermals are still popping. It was about 10 mile an hour, gusting 12, 13, maybe 15 at times. And went up to 1,000 feet and just hung out there and swung around for a bit. It was alright, but it ain't my cup of tea. I like to be foot dragging just like this. Oh, Eric's gonna use the tracks in the winter. That's smart. And you got some skis. Oh, you're gonna be 3D printing some mounts. That's pretty sweet. I assume those mounts are gonna be beefy. What are you gonna print them out of? Like ABS? Or what? I also 3D print a lot of stuff. 3D print way too many GoPro mounts. Foot drag and all that do. Ah, Pet G. It's one of my favorites. That's my go-to. It prints easy, very durable, UV resistant. I love Pet G. I recently started printing out ABS because it's much more durable. It's not much more durable, but less corrosion, more chemical resistance, I think. But it's a pain in the ass to print ABS. I gotta make like this ABS glue and put it on my hot bed just so it sticks. Yeah, probably 90%, 100% almost. I assume those are gonna be taking some serious weight. Well, maybe not. I guess it depends on how smooth your landings are.
Welcome back to episode 4, and this is gonna be your last episode in this.
So this is the Flying Carlos. If you haven't seen him, he's got some cool stuff. Go check him out.
This mini series, how to get better at your cross country flying. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about 3 things: analyze, gear tweaks, and seek for help, for advice. Let's start with analyze. Your flight does not finish as you land. You want to make notes, make an audio file or mental notes. Just go through your flight, all the good things, all the bad things that you've done, where should you improve, what was the mistakes, what you did well. Make notes of the weather, of the conditions, what was the cloud base, how strong was the thermals, how easy or bad was the glides. Have as many details as possible. You have some pictures hopefully from the flight or some videos, and you can compare The video, the picture, the
Oh, this
track
guy's a
log,
free
the
flight guy.
memory,
How'd he
and
get
all
here?
that combined, you learn a lot about your flight and your
We don't do
performance
this
in
stuff.
general.
Skip.
Well, check out the winter
We got a
wonderland I have
17-minute
found
video from
myself
Trevor
in now.
Steele. We'll just watch the intro.
It's time to go fly.
Then we'll fast forward.
Okay, guys, it is freezing out here, freaking freezing. I got my gloves, I got my jacket, I got 3 pairs of pants on. I'm gonna have to leave that open unless
So,
I
Jade, I
can get
assume
to
you're
my
talking
keys.
about Flying Carlos.
Oh,
He's
I can get to my
a
keys.
free flight guy that I
Top,
subscribe to.
baby. Boom, let's get my wing. Let's set her up, and let's go rip it up,
But,
dude.
I accidentally
Holy
put him in the
crap,
video.
The floor is slippery. This might just be one very,
Or on the
very
playlist, I should say.
adventurous launch. Let's go, let's go. 2 poles! Freezing cold! Oh, baby!
Will's like, oh my
Let's
god,
go.
Trevor Steele.
Here goes nothing.
You a fan, Will Fly? I'm just kidding. oh, has he got it? He's got it. Looks like he had to run off the side of his road, though. That was dirty. That was dirty.
Watch. Come on, man.
Let's fast forward to the foot drags. 'Cause that's all we really care about.
So those are kind of those tips. Now, how do you learn? Foot drag a smooth, flat surface if possible. You can foot drag uphill, you can foot drag downhill. It's not the end of the world. You know, it's probably not
What's
the
with
best
white
thing to
wings?
do
I
if
can't
you're
keep
a
black
new guy,
clean.
but it's a total no big
So
deal
the
once
leading
you
edge of my
get
wing
in.
is white. It is filthy. It's got so many like
Now,
dirt, mud
to
stains,
learn to
grass
foot
stains
drag,
on it.
for me, I had a mental block of the ground. I couldn't get myself to come all the way down. Mind you, I was 13 when I learned. So I was a little
Yeah, I
bit
like Trevor.
nervous
I think
of
he's
the
got some
ground.
great
What did
content. He's got some
I
great
do?
tips
I
and
stuck
advice.
A water bottle, a tall, like smart water bottle that's about a foot tall, in the ground, and I flew by and I
So I put Trevor on here. I don't reward
and I would do that,
you know,
or I did that
bad,
for like an entire afternoon.
habits or
And
bad
slowly
people
I
or
worked my way from
assholes.
kicking just barely
I
the
keep
top
them
of
off the
bottle
channel.
to just
There's
barely
quite a few
skimming
people I
the
would not
ground.
put on
And
this
I
channel.
would
Just
just ever
satisfied.
so slightly skim the ground and try and get
Oh,
3 to
Deweese
5
hot
foot
butter
foot drag,
Steve is
and
at
maybe a
work
10
in
foot
Colorado.
drag,
You
and just
couldn't
work
make it
my way
tonight,
up
so it's
to
just
foot
me.
dragging in
I'm
longer
sorry.
distances.
Sorry to disappoint you, Deweese.
Foot dragging is really just about altitude control. And all you're trying to do is control your altitude.
Man, look at him,
within
active fly.
a foot to 2 feet. Because if you go 2 feet,
I would not be
too
flying that
you're
low
gonna
when I'm
grab-
active flying that
you go a
much.
foot
That's
too
crazy.
high, you're probably going to come off the ground. So you're trying to foot drag, you know, within a 12-inch margin, which isn't all that much. So there's a lot of gas and brake inputs.
Those are some nice goggles.
Brake inputs are going to be your micro inputs. They're going to be your quick, aka instant or nearly instant inputs. If I need to go up 10 feet, boom.
I have
hit
no
brake,
idea
I
how
shoot
heavy
up.
the flat top is,
If
Bill.
I need to go down, boom, hands go up.
I want to say it's probably at least 60
Throttle
pounds.
is going to be your more delayed. See, I hit throttle. Now I go up. I let off. Now I go down.
I've seen them, but I've never
So
actually
throttle
weighed
is
them.
more of your macro or larger inputs, and brake is more of your micro, your little tiny inputs. You know, I will ease more into throttle. If you know, I start to sink down and I start to come near the ground, I'll get into those brakes and immediately start getting into the throttle. And as the throttle increases and as I start to get more lift from the engine, I'll ease my hands back up. And that leads me to your best, your most optimal hand position while foot dragging. It is not it is all the way up.
Thanks,
I
Deweese.
just realized I don't have that much gas.
So it's interesting there, he said that his micro inputs are with the brakes and then his macro inputs are with the throttle. That's how I foot drag as well. Recently I started flying with James Parker recently. A few months ago I flew with James Parker, and he was telling me to practice using the brakes a lot more, keeping the throttle steady.
At the pulley.
Because our A and B wings have such a huge brake range that you can pull tons of brake and still be fine. But when you release, you gotta make sure you have that throttle going, because you will sink.
You want, 6 inches of brake to 4 or 5 inches of brake. You want to stay closer to the up.
Looks like he's got the
than
mic
to
adapter,
down. You don't want to be down
and a
here,
Cena
so you
10
don't
inch,
have much
looks
room
like,
to
and a
hit brakes
GoPro
and start
Hero
to go
9.
down. You don't want to be all the way up here.
So
because
my
you don't
guess
have a
is
lot
just
of room
a
to go hands up if you start to
cheapy
come off the
standalone
ground.
microphone
However,
plugged into the
hands
mic
up
adapter.
is a safer spot to be in than hands
Going to the
down.
GoPro.
If I'm down like this and I start to sink in, I only got so much brake to
That's
pull
kind of what
before
my
I'm out of
setup
brake.
is.
If I'm hands up and I start to come off the ground, so what? I come off the ground, I come back down, I start another foot drag.
Even though I haven't had a
It is the end of the
chance to
world.
use my setup.
It's better to
actually
keep your
talk on
hands just a little bit into those brakes so you have some room to dive back and dive down and get yourself back down. And that's kind of that. So you want to make sure you foot drag a good surface. You want to foot drag something that's smooth, that's buttery, that you can glide across. You don't want to foot drag something that's going to be a little on the rough side, like gravel, because gravel's going to kick stuff into your propeller.
So Eric, how cold did it get
You
up
wanna
there in
do it as fast
Wisconsin
as
last
possible.
week?
I'm gonna be foot
You guys
dragging,
have that
my
minus
trims
30
are up.
weather?
I'm not on a reflex glider, I can get away with it. Put your trims up, accelerate your glider as much as you can, fly as fast as you
Put your
can.
trims
while
up
foot
and foot
dragging,
drag? No way, man.
especially on water. If you're gonna foot drag water, foot drag it as fast as you can, fly downwind, get as much speed. Because if you're going to certain, you know, there's a certain speed at which you pass on water, where all of a sudden you're just gliding across it versus dragging.
That's crazy. I've never been
You
anything.
want to try and get
I
as
think
close
minus
to that
2 is
gliding
the
across
coldest
the
weather I've
area,
ever been in.
as you can.
Even
You
close
can't
to that.
get
Minus
you
30,
can't
that's
be
like a
doing
whole.
35, 40 miles an
That's a
hour.
whole
You
different
can't.
ballgame.
I get it. But you want to go as fast as possible while foot dragging water.
Yeah, look how red his face
Keep
is.
your hands a little bit into
It's
those
gotta be
brakes.
cold.
Now, let's say you're foot dragging and you start to go in, let's say, to the
I got
ground.
that full
You start
face
to
helmet, and it helps a
come
lot
crashing
flying over
down.
there. And no, it does not fog up at all.
Flare and kill the motor. No. And so you start to come down. There reaches a point where you gotta like let yourself hit the ground, especially on water. If you're going into water, if you're coming down onto some water and you don't have any brake range left, you're full power, you're going in. You realize you're going in. Hands up, kill the motor, let the glider overfly you and land in front of you. You don't want to land, you know, flare and land where the glider comes crashing down on top of you. You want to get your hands up and let
Guys,
the
you have
glider
any advice for water
overfly
landings?
you so
Just
it's
don't
in
fly
front
over the
of you,
water.
away from you when you end up in the water. Obviously, don't ever foot drag water.
Dave Wolf,
You know,
if
if
you're watching
you don't
this,
have flotation,
stop flying
and
over
a
water.
quick release harness. Both of these things are things that increase your odds of getting out of there in a safe manner. If you don't have a quick release harness, I wouldn't suggest foot dragging water. You want to be able to get out and away from the motor and away from the lines. If you don't have flotation, it's probably a good idea. If you got a quick release, you can get away with it. Still a good idea to have flotation. Attach it to the motor. That way, if you go in, you know, and even if
Did you guys
you
see
don't
Kyle's
use the
latest video
flotation for
where the guy
yourself,
had
it's
flotation,
easier to
but it was
recover
so
the
shallow
equipment
and
with
didn't flip
flotation.
him over?
So that's,
Mad
those
Sloper,
are kind of
what's
those
up, brother?
tips.
Welcome,
Now, how
welcome.
do you
Glad you
learn?
can make it.
There's a couple ways. One, I explained the water bottle, which is how I did it. And I took my time. I put a water bottle, I had a stick, I had a spoon, I had a whole bunch of things that I flew by and hit. Another way you could do it that one of our guys who works with us, Mike, I taught him how to foot drag. The way I taught him is with tall weeds. We'd fly by tall weeds, I'd have him get out of his seat above the weeds and practice just flying above the weeds.
Man, I got
out
10
of the
people
seat.
watching and 10 thumbs up. That's a
Practice,
record,
practice.
guys.
This
And Steve's not
is
here.
uncomfortable if
So
you're not
he's
used
gonna
to
be
it.
like,
All of a sudden now
thinks
you
he's
feel
the
like
bad
you're
guy.
falling, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, it's different. You want to be comfortable hanging out of the seat.
And more
'cause
viewers
that's how
and
you're
more
gonna be
thumbs up
foot
without
dragging.
you, Steve. I'm
So
sorry,
if you've
buddy.
never flown in the sky out of your seat, well, it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little weird when you go to foot drag. So get out of your seat when you go to foot drag, or when you're wanting
Two
to learn
thumbs
how to
up.
foot drag, get out of your seat, practice flying near the ground out of your seat. Try kicking the top of a tree, maybe not kicking the top of the tree, but you know what I mean. Practice flying out of your seat. Another thing that's a
Yeah,
big
stay away
deal
from the water.
with foot drags
It's
is
just asking for
oscillation
trouble.
control. You don't want
I
to
don't even like getting my
flying
wing wet
near the
with
ground
dew,
if
let
you are
alone
oscillating.
potentially getting it
Oscillating is
wet with
basically
salt
when the flight
water or
rocks back and
fresh water.
forth uncontrollably. Or unintentionally, I should say. All gliders do it. Some gliders do it more than others. Like the Dominator right here barely oscillates, but if it does oscillate, it stops it itself.
Hey, Aaron,
which is
you still in
super
the house?
cool, and one of the reasons we really love it for newer pilots. But you don't want to be near the ground.
So anybody
You're
from chat
oscillating.
going to Salton Sea or
If you're
Arizona
down
Flying
and you're trying to
Circus?
foot drag, you're oscillating. I mean, you're going in. It's just a matter of time, and that's not a situation you want to be in. So practice flying out of your seat. Make sure you don't oscillate. Now let's get into a little bit more technique things. Let's say you are foot dragging. What is the best way for your foot? How do you want your foot to be as you're on the ground? There's two different ways.
Don't drag your
One, you put
toe.
your foot out like this. Two, you can roll it sideways like this. I hope you guys can see that. You know, imagine the ground is in front of me. My foot is gliding across with the back of my foot right here, just skipping
Yeah,
the
the
ground.
heel.
This way is probably best for most surfaces. The only time that I don't use this method is when I'm foot dragging water. When I'm
Yeah,
foot
we got so
dragging
many
water, I
rocks in the
actually
fields
turn
out
the
here
foot
that if
and
you're
roll
foot
it
dragging with your
behind
toe,
me.
you're gonna
So
break
I'm
your toe.
dragging on this part right here on the front, right next to the
Mad Silver might go watch
I
Salt
want
and
to
Sea.
drag right there if I'm on
Is
water.
that,
Curl the foot, put it
the reason you're
behind
watching
me,
it not flying,
boom.
Mad Silver?
The reason we do it that way on water versus this way is the curl the foot method, it kind of holds you a little more stable. Like the foot forward, sometimes I'll swing forward and it'll move side to side and I'm a little sloppy on water. The curled foot down, it holds me planted
I hear Salt and Sea's a shit
in
show.
one
There's like
spot and I'm not
just
slopping
chaos.
around as I'm
And
trying to foot drag
I don't know
in water.
if I want
That's
to fly in
usually
chaos,
what you choose
but
is
it
the curl
might be
foot
fun to get up in the
method.
air and go
You know, you
away
foot
from
drag
people.
anything but water.
I hear there's some
with
epic
curl
canyons
foot
out in
method,
Salt and Sea to go
you're
fly.
gonna ruin a shoe.
Oh, Mad
But it
Silver
works,
hasn't flown
and that's definitely
PPG
the
yet.
best way to do it.
Right.
Let's say you're in a
We
foot
got
drag,
a
you want to
pilot in
turn.
training,
Let's say you're
man.
foot dragging water, you want to do like a
When
circle.
you
You know, because you
when
got
you
the
plan on
circle,
flying, Mad
circle
Silver,
foot
you got your
drags.
training
That's
lined
the
up?
big thing for Dell, circle foot drags, blah blah blah. But how do you
looks like he's
turn
wearing
in a
some
foot drag?
Pumas. I
It's
don't know.
best
Are those
in
basketball
foot dragging
shoes?
not to use the
Soccer
brake
shoes? I don't know.
for any inputs. You don't want to change directions with brake because now you've used some of
Don't
your
step on
flare
his
authority.
Pumas.
Now you use some of your altitude control to change direction. Now you got to get the hand back up, re-accelerate to get that energy to have that brake. So the best way to make a direction change when foot dragging is with weight shift. And I'll be honest with you, I've been flying
Wow, that flat top actually looks like it had a ton of weight shift right there.
It's more difficult to weight shift in a foot drag than it is the flat top. You know, what a great thing with the flat top
Oh,
is you can
Matt
give yourself
Silver,
little
you're like
increments. You can give
you're
the
taking
tiniest
training right
little
now
bit
and you're about
of
to
weight
fly.
shift. If
So
I need
this
3%
weekend,
to the
or
right,
Vegas
I
or
go
Salt and
3%
Sea.
to the right. If I need 3%
Dude,
to the
congrats,
left,
man.
I go 3%
That's gonna
to
be
the
awesome.
left. But if I'm going to be
excited for
changing
you.
directions, I'm going to be doing it with weight shift. As
Planning
you
a
start
trip to the
change in
Cajun
direction,
Riviera
depending on
in
how fast
March.
you change
Where's the
direction,
Cajun
you're gonna need
Riviera
more
at,
power,
Bill?
You're going to need more speed. So as you start to make that direction change, you ease more into those.
Yeah,
that
like Southern
throttle.
Louisiana?
And that's kind of how you do it. Anyways, I hope that helped some of you guys, at least shared some techniques that I use for foot dragging. I'm sure there's more of them. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to land this thing because my ankles are freezing right now.
Yeah, he's
I'm
cold.
enjoying it, and I don't think I have much gas. Came out for a quick flight before I even finished my coffee, man. All right, we'll do a little foot drag to landing. Now, this technique of landing is
Foot drag
pretty
landing
freaking
is something
sweet.
I'm just
It's-
now starting to get
It's similar
into.
to a foot drag and also
I
entirely
can foot
different
drag
from a foot
to
drag
landing, but doing a foot drag
because you stop in this one
like a
versus
long
a foot drag where you don't really
and
stop.
right into landing.
Now,
like,
I know
dude,
the surface is
like coming for landing, then I
slippery,
foot
so I'm
drag
gonna
for a
try
few
and
feet
nail it
before
on
my
this gravel.
I flare.
You basically, foot
I
drag
can do.
landing, you come down near the ground, ease off power, and into the brakes at the same time.
See, that I need to learn.
And done. Thank goodness I landed on the gravel, because if I, oh hey, looks like I landed downwind. Way to go, me. Oh good, it is filming. I'll tell you, anybody that films content knows the fear
Yeah, and
of
Trevor actually
landing
flew a Paragon
and it
Maverick
not being
recently and
filmed.
gave it a glowing
Alrighty,
review.
guys. Well, my name is Trevor Steele with
Holly
Flat
Beach,
Top Paramotors.
Louisiana.
That was a quick
I
video
bet that sounds
on how to foot
warm.
drag. I hope you liked the video. If you want to learn more about how to fly, go to flyflattop.com. Check out our website to learn more about the flat top, the Dominator, and super training, and we will see you in the next video.
So I really wanted to see this one. Don't fly tired and cold. From Mike S. Sometimes paramotor flights are not perfect. Sometimes paramotor flights are perfect. Sometimes they're not. Tonight was not. It was a cold evening, bulky, heavy coat, heated gloves. He was roking all day and was tired. Wind came from 180 degrees wrong direction, had to launch at the far end of the runway, should have just stayed home. After landing, he thought about trying it again. Finally, he realized it was just time to go home. Thanks for watching this train wreck. That's a hell of an intro if I've seen one. Get your popcorn out.
clear.
Man, I've had these flights at the end of the day when you're exhausted, but you want to fly so bad. Already tired, now fighting heavy coat and gloves. This is where aggravation begins. Oh, looks like a trike. He's got A assist. It is awkward getting into your brakes and your A's with some heated gloves on.
Oops. Still not ready.
Darth Vader launch. Will. Oh, it looks like his top harness strap is around his neck, actually.
Here we go.
All right, inflation. Get it under control, Mike. Oh, he's got it. It's just a weird camera angle.
Right. Yeah, my harness is not right. Darn it. I have to turn around and go back.
Not a big fan of these wing-mounted camera views.
After all that.
I like the chase cam much better. I like being able to see the wing.
Ah.
I think he's being choked.
That was a nice takeoff.
Yeah, you gotta think of the positive things. The world's so negative, you gotta focus on the positive things if you want to be happy in life. Now he's coming in for landing. Amazing two-man flight, eh? Hey, it was a takeoff and landing, so it counts. That's true, Mike. That was a flight. You landed short, so you can relaunch side not the right night. Let's tell you, you don't have to fly sometimes. You just better stay home and watch flying videos. That's it. So that wasn't too anticlimactic.
Listen, before you take to the sky, strapped to some aluminum,
another
some
one.
string, and some fabric, there's a few things that you want to know. Firstly,
Another Trevor Steele
paramotors
video.
are without a doubt going to be the most fun thing you will ever do. Having the freedom and ability and opportunity to go where it is that you want, when it is
I want to
that
take my
you
wing
want
mount cam and
is
install
so
it in the wing,
free.
see what's going on
That
in there.
being said, there are
So
a
that's
few
a funny
things that you should
thing,
know
Eric.
when
I actually
getting
just
into
put
paramotors.
my old
Firstly,
GoPro
let's talk about
session
the
above my
rules that we
head
have to follow.
on my
There are four
spars,
main
and I
rules.
pointed it up
Number
at
one,
the wing.
we can't fly over a congested
I'm
area.
really
So think
curious
of it
to
like
see what
this.
the wing is
If your
doing.
phone falls out of your pocket, it
We'll
shouldn't
take
land
that out.
on anyone. Number two, you can't fly in a national park. Number three, you can't fly within 5 miles of a major airport.
things
And
we
number
already know.
four, you can't go over 17,999 feet. Not that you would want to without oxygen, because it's suggested over 14,000 feet. Now, moving on, one of the coolest things with paramotors is how little space you really need to take off. Because unlike a traditional airplane where you've got to have a ginormous runway, you've got to have lots of space to take off and land, you can't hardly land, in the middle of nowhere unless you're flying a bush plane. A paramotor, you can freaking take off in a soccer field
over
down the
15
street
minutes
from your
because they're
house.
just way too
You
long.
need a whole whopping
Well, we get to end
30
up
50
with
feet
a
to
dozen or so
truly get
videos to
into the
watch.
sky.
Just happen
I
to
mean,
get
the
two Trevor
launch
videos,
site that I
so.
launch at is
Not on
tiny.
purpose.
You really don't need a lot of space to take off. And even cooler than that, you need less space to land.
Let's say Utah is beautiful.
So people
though.
always ask me,
Looks
like,
a nice
hey,
place to
how
fly.
much space do I need? And the answer is,
As long as you don't
not
go
a
around kicking
lot.
owls.
You don't need a lot of space. You can drive down to the football field at the end of your neighborhood and launch out of the football field. Now, one of the coolest things with paramotors is once you are up, you can pretty much go wherever you want to go.
Oh, that's
With a
gotta be
2 to
illegal.
4 hour flight time on a single tank of gas and 100-mile range, you can freaking cruise all the way up to the 12,000-foot mountain 20 miles from you and back with ease. And you could do so safely, because one of the coolest things about paramotors is just how safe paramotors are. I would go as far to say that you are at a higher risk of getting hurt on your way to go flying than you ever are actually flying. You know, with paramotors, there's only one real thing that's going to get you hurt, and that's hitting the ground. Now, with proper training, proper instruction, equipment, and good judgment,
I can fly. He
that's
does talk, but
really
he's
low
patient.
risk.
Yeah, I enjoy
If you fly in
Trevor's
good
videos.
conditions, good equipment, you know what you're doing, the chances of you doing something stupid
Butters.
that causes you to hit the ground, or being in a
Got a Gluteus
situation
Spanius
that
in
causes
the
you
house.
to hit
What
the
up,
ground,
Gluteus
is
Spanius?
super little.
Welcome to the
Modern
show.
technology with the flat top paramotor and the Dominator
I don't know what Butters
paraglider
means, but
means there's very few times where equipment failure or unsafe
South Park
equipment
reference?
leads to injury. If you're flying those two things, you really aren't going to have a problem in that situation. Plus, with the flat top paramotor, it's there to keep you safe. So, moving on from that, the first thing you got to do when you're getting into paramotors,
Oh,
the
Dominator
first thing
in free
that
flight.
has to
Oh,
happen
look at it
is
taking
you've got
flights.
to learn how to do it. It is not as easy as it looks on the internet. You don't just strap into it, run into the sky, and bam, you're flying. Although, once you learn to do it, it's really, really easy. But you have to learn first. Now, the problem with training is that you can't just do it anywhere. We live in Salt Lake City, Utah. However, we train in Corpus Christi, Texas, which is 1,500 miles from where we live in Salt Lake City, Utah. Yes, we drive 3 days to get to our training site because that's how important the location is. Reason why is because in order to learn to fly a paramotor, you need wind. Here in Utah, the wind don't blow, man. I look outside.
You don't need wind to fly a paramotor. What are you talking about? I fly in no wind all the time. But down there in Corpus
Christi, Texas, it is known as the Windy City of Texas. There is always good conditions. So you can go down there, and within a 10-day period of time, you can get 40 to 80 to 100 hours of true practice. And I'll be honest with you, if you're learning how to fly an aircraft, at least if I was learning to fly an aircraft, I would want as much practice controlling that aircraft as possible in that 10-day period. And that's what we get down there in Corpus Christi, Texas. You can practice for 80 freaking hours. Now, once you learn how to fly the paramotor, once you've flown it, you don't need any wind to continue to fly it. Here in Utah, 90% of the time when I fly in no wind.
3 days to go 1,500 miles. We do that going to Bad Apples in one day.
It's actually the most desirable flying condition.
That's
The
hardcore.
problem is you can't learn to fly
1,500 miles
in no
from
wind
me
because you have to be able to control that glider. You have to practice going through the motions over and over and over and over again. You've got to do what's called glider control, and you need wind to do that. And with this skill set in particular, it's really largely a reflex-based skill set. And that requires practice, repetition,
Dale's not here,
same
man.
thing over and over and over again. Now, once you learn how to fly, it's a 10-day training class down in Corpus Christi, Texas. You return home
Jay, I bet you haul ass
ready
down there.
to go. You've got your equipment, you set it up, you go out and you go flying. There's no more question. You know how to do it. It's really a simple process. Now, one thing with the training, at least our training, is that you don't just learn how to control that glider. You learn all the other stuff that you need to learn. You learn where you can launch, where you can't launch, how to pick an LZ, how to pick a landing spot. All of those things you get in that training class.
Well, yeah, these are things a lot of people
you learn about rules,
don't think
you learn
about.
about TFRs, you learn how to read maps. You learn everything that you need to learn.
I know so much about weather that I never ever would have thought I would learn.
That it is a huge community. We're all a big happy family, at least in the flat top community, where we gather on a regular basis. We have clients, we go to events, we travel, we have group flying activities where we'll go explore some remote, ridiculous, crazy, cool location together.
We're constantly getting together, and that
That
my
is
friend
fun.
is
I
the
wish
most
there was
beautiful
more
part about paramotors, is that you're always
trips,
connected with that
more
family.
school
It becomes more of a
bonding.
family than it does just a community, and I love it. I love it. Next year, going into 2022, Flat Top Paramotors is planning 2 separate fly-ins, one in the springtime, one in the fall time. Stay tuned for more information on that. If you want to
2
get
flat top
into
fly-ins to
paramotors,
crash,
if you
guys. You
want to
heard that
learn
here.
how to fly this aircraft, go to flyflattop.com or
No,
call us personally.
no commercials. Next. Far away with Steadicam. Need some more resolution. That'd be a good place to have a motor at right there. So this is a chase cam that's not quite adjusted properly.
Leave in the morning with everything you own in a little black case. Alone on a platform, the wind and the rain on the side.
Some cool houses next to the water there. Nice little area. Will can't decide whether to have a bypass or take yoga. Loving the variety though. Will, if yoga fans are any key to your decision making, which would definitely be key to mine, I'd say go with the yoga, man. I'm not talking about you wearing yoga pants. I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. All right, Bill H, back up in this video. Oh, he's back. Bill H has got some videos out that I have to put in the next week's playlist just because I missed him this week. Go to Bill H's channel, like and subscribe, watch his videos. He's got some good stuff. Man, I love buzzing construction sites. See, this is my kind of flying right here. Low, slow, buzzing screw tops, dragging your feet. To me, there's nothing more fun than this. Going up to 1,000, 2,000 feet doing wing maneuvers, that doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. But dragging your feet through some murky water, oh man, it's so much fun. So this might be our last video, or our second last video, since we skipped a few. Oh yeah. The guy's getting down with his singing. Until next time, keep your feet in the air. So that was Jeff Dean. That was another Jeff Dean. Put out 2 videos just like that one. Let's ring the bell. Jeff Dean, like and subscribe.
Hey guys, I wanted to give everybody an
Bill, you don't have to do that. Editing's not my friend. No, I didn't see the guy take off with wheels on his sneakers. That'd be some cool landing gear. So this is the last video. This is 3 minutes. This is from My Dog is Choking, and this is a giveaway for the lighted props. I thought it'd be a good way to wrap up the show here. So I will let Chris go ahead and explain the contest here for your chance to enter and win one of those lighted props.
update on where we were with these, the lighted props. and it looks like we're still on track for getting these out this winter.
Oh,
it'll
Jay
be a
made us some
small
custom
run
socks.
first, and then the larger
Nice.
run will be
I
in
gotta buy
the
him some
spring.
from Amazon still.
We have also gotten a little bit closer on pricing.
Thanks, Will.
And
I
it looks
appreciate
like
that, man.
we're looking
It's
somewhere
hard to
between
sit here and just
$700 to
talk
$800
for an hour.
for a
Especially
pair
when
of
you're
these
kind of
props.
a,
It will include everything
I
that
don't
you
talk a
see
lot. I'm
here,
kind of a quiet, reserved
which
guy normally.
is the propellers. They're 125 millimeter for the Vitarazi Moster 185. It'll also include the hub, as well as the controller and the batteries and a way to charge it, and then the app that goes on your phone. So if you want a pair of these, it looks like this winter, larger run coming out this spring. And if you want them for free, you can still get them in for free. You have
Eric,
to
I think this was your best. Well, thanks,
send
Eric.
me
I
a pair of
appreciate that.
socks before January 31st. January 31st is the cutoff date.
Yeah, I guess
If
the more
send me
shows
a
you
pair
do,
of
the more
socks, I will
relaxed
send
you
you
get, the easier it
my dog
becomes.
is choking t-shirt. It says got socks on the front. So you get a t-shirt for a pair of socks and then a chance to win the propellers.
A lot of rolling shoulders don't do the
The
props
best and
justice.
easiest way to send me socks
Sorry,
is just
Booty,
get on
it is.
Amazon or someplace that you can drop
I'll
ship
do my best
some
to fix that next
socks.
show. We're going full authentic
Type
here.
in, colorful socks. Grab a pair of socks you like. In the gift description, just put in your name and your address somewhere I can mail the t-shirt to. Along with your email
So,
address,
Jay, do
I
you
think
print
you have
custom
to write
socks?
out
I was thinking about getting some custom
DOT
PPGZone socks
and
made.
the @ symbol, because I don't think it'll allow you to put a URL or an email address in the gift description. So just write it out, and that way I can email you and let you know if you've won. We will be
Bill
drawing
can't afford
January
socks for himself.
31st.
He's not
So if you
buying
want a
Chris socks.
free set of these props, just send me a pair of socks, and then randomly we'll pick one winner out of that.
I'm just going to send him a pair of Hanes.
We'll send you the propellers
from my own
off,
collection.
and you're going to be the coolest guy at your LZ, that's for sure. So anyway,
These
on
are
the
custom-
channel, got some cool
custom
stuff coming
worn
up.
by me.
I've got some wing reviews it's on a new wing and in a wing that's very, very difficult to get. I've also got an interview with one of the CEOs of a major wing manufacturer, as well as some designers.
Well, Jay, you
from,
have to send me a
different wing
PM on
manufacturers
PPG
as
Zone
well.
and
So
tell me.
good things coming
show me
up
some
on
of
the
your
channel,
socks.
but I wanted to give you an update on these.
Pair.
So if you want a pair of these props for free, send me a pair of socks. The details are below.
So that was it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our show for this evening. That was the lighted prop giveaway. We're going to end on that here. I'm just going to put the details up here. So if you want to get entered in that giveaway, mail Chris, my dog is choking, a pair of socks to that P.O. box, and then include your information to enter. So Paramotor, go to Tomahawk Tees on Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I don't even have a Facebook account. I hate that company, corporation with a passion. So I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it just for you, Jade. I'll have to sign up for Facebook just so I can go check out some of your socks. But well, everyone, thank you for watching the show tonight. We'll promise we'll be good for you, Josh. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. But I promise with Steve on next week, we'll be a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more comedy, and some drunken shenanigans. So thank you all for joining and watching this show, and tune in next week. Like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and all that other fun stuff. So peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening. See ya.